morning each and everyone. I am Isarog Hajisalit and today I'm going to present to you my report entitled Mount Isarog National Park. So when we say National Park, it is a government designated protected areas of great natural, cultural, or historical significance designated to conserve ecosystem while allowing for public enjoyment. So we have here the brief history of this topic. So Mount Isarog National Park is a protected natural area surrounding over the Mount Isarog, an extinct stratovolcano on the Bicol Peninsula in Camarines Sur, Philippines. So it is known for its rich biodiversity, cool mountain climate, and significant as a watershed supporting nearby communities and ecosystems. So, early scientific information about the birds of Mount Isarog mainly came from the 1961. So, Mount Isarog survey conducted by the ornithologist Dioscoro S. Rabor, who collected many bird specimens from the mountain, which means si Dioscoro S. Rabor is siya yung nag-collect or isa siyang ornithologist which collected many bird species from the Mount Isarog National Park. So if we combine the 1961 and the 1988 collections, this collection will be 1,293 bird species, and they recorded in 135 bird species in the place or in the area of Mount Isarog. So including the residents and the migratory birds. Here's the map of Mount Isarog National Park. So next is the proclamation. So Mount Isarog National Park was established through Proclamation number 157 in 1938 by President Manuel L. Quezon, that declaring the areas as a protected national park in the place of Camarines Sur, Philippines. So Mount Isarog is now protected under Republic Act 11038 that expanded National Integrated Protected Areas System Act of the 2018, which means that recognizes it as a Mount Isarog Natural Park o tinatawag na Mount Isarog Natural Park. So we have here the main purpose that we have is the objectives. First is to review the bird species recorded in Mount Isarog National Park, which means we gonna alamin natin kung ilan ba yung na-record nila na bird species in the area of Mount Isarog National Park. Second is to assist changes in bird population and habitat condition, especially the effects of forest clearing and deforestation. Those mga problems isa alamin din natin. Dito natin malalaman kung ano ba yung naging effect when it comes to deforestation and etc. And lastly is to analyze the density and patterns of bird distribution at different evaluation. These are those species that they found in Mount Isarog. We have here the threats, problem, and the issues. First is the illegal logging. This destroyed trees, bird nesting areas, and watershed protection. Next is the deforestation. Forest loss reduces habitat for birds and wildlife and weakens ecosystem balance. Next is the kaingin. This causes soil erosion, habitat destruction, and forest fragmentation. Last is the habitat loss of birds and wildlife. In the forests were converted into grassland for farms and plantation. Many native birds disappeared from lower elevation. So we have here the management or the conservation strategy plan. So first is we have the forest protection and anti-illegal logging enforcement, which means that the efforts to prevent illegal cuttings of the trees and protect the forest from the destruction, ensuring that the ecosystem remains intact for wildlife and the water sources. Kumbaga, dito pagdating sa illegal logging kasi, is ito yung program or isang batas na ginagawa para maprotektahan nila yung kagubatan laban sa illegal logging. So, in that way, in that forest, there have a rangers that at authorities na mismo nagbabantay doon sa area ng Isarog. So, in this fact is para maiwasan ang pagputol ng mga trees nang walang permission at also para mapanatili yung kagandahan ng forest ecosystem. Another is the habitat restoration and reforestation. So this program to replant trees and restore damaged areas, helping degraded lands recover and maintaining the natural balance of the forest. Sa reforestation, pagdating naman sa habitat reforestation, ito na yung pagkakaroon ng programa which is magtatanim tayo muli or uli ng mga puno doon sa mga lugar or sa area mismo na nasira or nakalbo. So, dito mababalik yan yung kagandahan or matirahan ng mga hayop and upang mapanatili din ang pagbalanse ng environment. So, next is the protection of critical bird habitats. Measures to safeguard areas where rare or endangered birds live, ensuring species survival and preserving the park's rich biodiversity. Pagdating dito sa protection, kumbaga, protection means pagproprotekta doon mismo sa mga birds na naninirahan doon sa area na yon. Ito naman yung lugar na kung saan nagpaparami ang mga ibon, lalo na ang mga endangered species doon sa Mount Isarog. So, mahalaga rin ito para mapanatili or magstay lagi yung biodiversity at hindi siya mawala ng mga native birds. So, next is the control of kaingin slash and burn agriculture. So, regulating and limiting slash and burn farming practices to reduce the deforestation, soil erosion, and habitat loss within the park. Pagdating naman dito sa pagkontrol is kailangan, kumbaga ito yung mga hakbang para maiwasan or mabawasan yung pagkakaroon ng slash and burn farming sa forest areas. So, ginagawa ito dahil ang kaingin is ito yung nagiging sanhi ng deforestation and soil erosion at pagkawala ng tirahan ng mga wildlife. So, next is the community education and awareness. So, sa educating local communities, ito na yung sustainable farming, and forest laws to encourage responsible use of the natural resources. Kumbaga dito, magkakaroon tayo or sila ng seminar or training para malaman din ng mga ibang tao kung ano ba yung dapat nilang gawin or para maturuan din sila nito. So, at information campaigns is para maturuan ng mga local communities tungkol sa kahalagahan at pagpoprotekta sa mismong kalikasan doon sa area ng Mount Isarog Natural Park. So, kapag may awareness ang mga tao, so possible na nagiging responsible sila sa paggamit ng natural resources. So, next is the biodiversity monitoring and research. Conducting survey and studies of plant, animals, and ecosystem to track biodiversity, health, and guide conservation efforts effectively. So, dito is patuloy nila pag-aaral, kumbaga patuloy sila nag-aaral at nagmamonitor doon sa mga plants and animals sa ecosystem doon sa mismong lugar or area ng Mount Isarog. Kumbaga dito, tinutulungan nito ang mga scientists at conservationists na maintindihan kung ano ba talaga meron sa biodiversity at gumagawa ng tamang conservation strategy.
Last is we have here the linkages or the partner agencies. First is the Philippine Department of Environment and Natural Resources or DENR. Next is the Protected Areas and Wildlife Bureau. Next is the Philippine National Museum, Local Government of Camarines Sur, and last is the Field Museum of Natural History. That's to be all. Thank you.